Live has started. All right. Tony,
Yes.
it should just press record, correct?
Yes.
It's saying no.
What?
Do you need me to repeat myself and say no? It said we'll bump ourselves. That audio started though, so we could start that if you like. Because the live has already started. So while Tony figures that out, let's get going.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to 420 Up in Smoke. If you guys want to follow me on any of the social medias, you have my TikTok, 420_up_in_smoke, Instagram, 420_up_in_smoke. Follow my personal Instagram, Little Hippie Mommy with an I, not a Y. Also, check out my Instagram, not my Instagram, my Snapchat, Little Hippie Mommy with an I, not a Y. Also, check out my YouTube channel, 420 Smoke 2. And it's good to see you guys. I didn't see you guys last week. A lot of shit was going down in my personal life, and I was actually going to make last week's episode, because it was Mother's Day last week, about my son, the pregnancy, birth, all that good jazz, but we're just going to follow it into today. So, without further ado, welcome to my son's story from creation all the way up to life. It was a roller coaster, to say the least. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. My son's, even finding out I was pregnant, let's just start there. I was 17 at the time, and I had a boyfriend, to say the least, and we were actually up at my mother's wedding, and she was getting married to her second husband, God rest his soul, my stepdad. Donnie, love you, wish you were here. They were getting married up in Wisconsin, and we were up in Wisconsin, me and my boyfriend got into a fight, and I said words that I should have never said. I straight up told him, you know what, that's fine, leave, I'll raise this baby on my own. I didn't even know I was pregnant at this point. I was a complete asshole for even saying that, because I didn't know. But it is what it is. I end up actually taking a pregnancy test at my mom's reception. Like, we went through the whole ceremony, reception time comes around, take a pregnancy test. I freak out, because I'm expecting this pregnancy test to come back negative, and there is a blue ass plus sign just right there, right fucking there. Now, this is like 5 o'clock in the evening, so like that old wives' tale of take the pregnancy test in the morning, and if it comes out like really dark, but this was really dark later on, whatever. Excuse me. I sit there for like 5 minutes, freaking out in my own head, going like, what the fuck, this is fake. I end up going to my boyfriend and my mom, because they're both at this table and everybody else is sitting down. I go in between them and I show them a pregnancy test. Well, my mom, I love my mom to death. She has never been able to tame me or control me. But I swear to fucking God, I have never been grabbed by the fucking nape of my shirt and swung out a fucking building so fast in my goddamn life. Like, you would have thought it was a fucking bouncer at some fucking club. Just picking your ass up and, like, throwing you out. Shocked the hell out of me. We go outside. I'm crying. My mom's trying to talk to me and my boyfriend at the time. And I can't stop crying. Eventually, my mom goes to walk into the building. As she's about to walk in, my stepdad's mother comes out and goes like, what's going on? She sees me crying. And my mother screams at the top of her fucking lungs. She's pregnant. Y'all, I've never been so fucking embarrassed in my life. Like, because I didn't know what to do. I'm 17 years old. I haven't even graduated high school yet. I had a boyfriend who wasn't the greatest, to say the least. Just was not the greatest at all. And I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. I really didn't. Eventually, like, we confirmed the pregnancy a few days later. Get to see this little, wouldn't call it a bundle of joy. He looked like a sea turtle in the ultrasound. Like, kid you not, just straight up like a sea turtle. That's how he got the nickname Squirt from Finding Nemo. Because he just looked like a sea turtle. It was the weirdest thing ever. But we confirmed that. Now, during this time, I think like 2 days after like we confirmed it, my ex was living with me. He moved out to go stay somewhere else. And me and him were just like constantly fighting after that. And I ended up, I started bleeding. So I started freaking out. I was home by myself and I call him. He comes over. He takes me to the hospital. I finally get a hold of my mom. She meets me over there. And the shit that was happening, because I just sit in an ER thinking that I'm miscarrying for about 4 hours just waiting. In the waiting area. Not even in a room, in the waiting area. Meanwhile, I'm doing that. My ex is texting his mother. And his mother is telling him that it's probably a sign from God that it's a good thing that this was happening. Either fucking way, though, he leaves within about an hour and a half to go drink and smoke with his buddies as I'm sitting in an ER questioning if I am miscarrying or if I have a viable little cell that's growing. Obviously, I didn't miscarry. That little cell just threw me for a loop. I end up just kind of taking the next few days after that, just relaxing, not doing much. And my ex ends up breaking into my house on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day was like, I think 4 days after all of this. And he brings me a car seat. A car seat, not an infant seat. A car seat for a, like, toddler that has been sitting in some random basement for years, because this car seat was expired. Like, dust on it and everything fucking else, right? He brings me pancakes up and that, and he's just like, Happy Mother's Day. Now, me being me, I thought my pregnancy was going to be like the easiest thing. Everything was just going to be sunshines and rainbows. And it truly fucking wasn't. Let me just say that for the least. It was nowhere near sunshines and rainbows. There was no glow. There was no just happiness. A lot of shit happened during my pregnancy with my son, from my stepdad dying. I think that was the hardest when I was about 5 months pregnant. He died from brain and lung cancer. So my mother kind of broke down after he died, and I kind of became the whole head of the family type thing, because she was in no condition to be in charge of the family. Which, being pregnant, being young, and everything else was just crazy. I'm also an idiot because I skipped a few chapters. Hold up. Rewind real quick with me. I apologize. The end of May, I graduate high school. Now, again, just real clear, I'm 17 at the time. I haven't even turned 18. I'm about to graduate high school. I'm pregnant. I'm excited. You know, I'm also really proud of myself for graduating high school before my son was born and going through all the extra steps to graduate on time. For any viewers out here that possibly are under the age of 18 that are listening, even though you shouldn't be listening to this shit, do not fuck up your freshman year of high school. Do not fuck up at any time in high school. Just get your shit together, graduate, go on with your life, do what you gotta do. But just do not fuck up. Seriously. But anyways, I haven't told my father because I'm 17 and my boyfriend at the time was older than me that I was pregnant. So he didn't find out until my 18th birthday. My 18th birthday, my dad finds out I'm pregnant. I'm scared shitless because, again, new mom. And we kind of stopped talking, like, after he finds out about my pregnancy because of our issues and everything else. But I kind of wish we didn't because I feel like he would have kept me out of a lot of bad situations. So right before my stepdad passed away, about 5 months, he started losing his mind. He had lung cancer and it moved to the brain. And I want to say 2 weeks before he died, we were at a hospital. Now, this hospital was fucking nice, to say the least. They had hotel rooms at the hospital where they would actually, like, give you the ability to stay at the hospital in this nice-ass room. It looked like a studio hotel apartment thing. It was, like, gorgeous, beautiful fucking shower. For a hospital in the fucking ghetto, beautiful fucking rooms. Beautiful. Right? I'm there because my mom's there, as my stepdad's dying, right? And I get a message from a random person. I shouldn't say random person. This was a friend / drug dealer that my boyfriend had. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I smoked weed up until I was about 7 months pregnant with my son. It helped with nausea. It helped with everything. Like, it just helped me escape life, right? I get a message from this guy. I guess my ex at the time owes him money. And he just starts cursing me out about the money. And I'm like, I don't know anything about it. Can you just, like, leave me alone? Like, my stepdad is dying right now in the hospital. Like, can we just deal with this at a different date? Now, if you've never dealt with ignorant fucking people, you would not know what this is fucking like. But this person was fucking very ignorant and just asinine. And thought he was holier than fucking thou and thought he was king shit when he wasn't. But eventually, I'm trying to get him to stop messaging me. He turns around and tells me to go die in a hole, you stupid cunt. I hope you and your baby die and everything else, just, like, going at me. Now I'm dealing with a whole bunch of other shit on top of being super hormonal because I'm growing a fetus. And I bring it to my baby daddy's attention. And for the life of me, I still to this day don't understand why, but I got screamed at, told that I make him lose all of his friends, and that I should have just took what he said, and I should have never said anything to my baby daddy about it because, yeah. So apparently, my baby daddy's eyes, it's perfectly okay for anybody that he was friends with to threaten not only my life, but his unborn child's life. Great man. Great man. But that happened. After that happened, and my stepdad had passed away, life just got a lot harder, especially like during my pregnancy. I was being abused in more ways than one, from the mental, the emotional, the physical. I was getting choked. I was constantly being told I needed to lose weight. I was constantly being told that I had 3 months after my son was born to lose weight, or we were never going to work out. I had to lose 50 pounds directly, like within 3 months after having my son. And I just dealt with it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I dealt with it because there was no one to tell about it, and at that point there was no proof besides like me saying one thing and him saying I need something else. So I just dealt with the abuse for a good period of time, and the abuse wasn't easy, to say the least. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that, because I remember having breakdowns because of the abuse. At one point, I had my ex and my mother. I had to be about 7 months pregnant. I had my ex and my mother. My mom had my ankles. My ex had my wrists, and they held me down on the floor as I had a panic attack. And I kept telling them I don't want my son. I just want to give him up for adoption. I can't do this. I just can't do this. And I have both of them holding me down, and my ex screaming at me, I need to shut the fuck up and grow the fuck up. This is what I wanted. This is what is going to happen. I need to stop acting like a dumb bitch. I'm sorry, I'm really trying not to cry, because, like,
You want to take a break? Need some water to take a break?
I'm sorry, it's just really emotional. I don't talk about it often. I really don't, because I try to suppress all of this, but this is the story of how my son came to be. And I will say this, that old saying of parents protect their kids at all costs. I legit went through so much bullshit in order to get my son. And I love my son to death. And I would have gone through it all over again just for him. But, 8 months rolls around. By the way, so everybody's clear, my ex did not have a job at this point. So, 8 months pregnant, it's November. My ex finally gets a job in like late November, early December, working at Toys R Us. Which, so sad. R.I.P. Toys R Us. Such a great store.
Sure, they're coming back.
Are they?
Yeah.
I know they're at Macy's, but like that's as far as I know that they are.
That's some.
But so with him working and me getting closer to my due date, things start kind of calming down in some way, because we're all waiting for this baby to be born. And I think January rolls around. We go to the doctor's office, and they're like, you're nowhere near ready to have this baby. It's like, thank you. Thank you. I feel like I've been pregnant for an entire year, but apparently not ready for this baby. So they set up an induction schedule which the night before I'm supposed to go in for this induction, my son decides that we're gonna play the game of labor on, labor off, labor on, labor off. Now it wasn't Braxton Hicks. Everybody thought it was, but he legit was throwing contractions, but then would stop them. And I can't even say any hate against it because I did the same shit to my mom. I guess that was my payback, apparently. So, but then, so we go in the night before. They say, fuck it, you're going to be in here tomorrow. We might as well keep you. I was in that hospital room for 3 fucking days. 3 fucking days. 3 fucking days, yo. So they had to give me Pitocin, and they had to stick this like tampon looking paper thing inside of me in order to get me to like have my mucus plug fall out and start to somewhat dilate, or at least try to help dilate, plus Pitocin. So, if you guys don't know what Pitocin is, it's a medication that just helps you go into labor, helps contractions, start everything. Pitocin is a very tricky drug. Now, for a lot of women, Pitocin will cause your baby distress. It will cause you to bleed more. It can cause a lot of different health issues. And in my case, my son's heart rate kept dropping, so they would like turn it on and then they'd turn it off. And then they'd turn it on, start to slowly go up, and then turn it back off. And this happened for 2 days. 2 days. Eventually, though, they left it on at a low dose. Things were starting to somewhat start. I saw my doctor. He had come in. They had decided that they were going to put balloons inside of me. Now, if you guys don't know what balloons are, it's so weird. It's so fucking weird. It's literally like 2 water balloons, but they're made out of like catheter material. They shove it up your hoo-ha, and they just start filling them with water. And it's supposed to help your cervix.
I'm over here, I'm like, so invested.
It helps your cervix dilate, okay? Now, they don't just put 1 in, they put 2. They look like big ass balls. Just like straight up big clear balls. So they do that. They give me the epidural. The doctor comes in and goes, hey, we're most likely going to have this baby tomorrow afternoon. I'll see you then. I was like, oh, okay. So I sent my mom to work, even though I kept telling her, I'm like, don't go to work. Don't go to work. I just have this really funny feeling. Just don't go to work tonight. She's like, I have to. I'm like, all right, whatever. I send my sister and my BD home because my sister needed to be home and I just didn't feel like dealing with my BD. Worst fucking mistake of my life. Worst fucking mistake of my life. Because 3 o'clock in the morning rolls around. Actually, about 2:30, 3 o'clock. 2:30 rolls around. Now, if you're a woman and you're in labor and delivery or you're recovering from having a baby, you know them nurses are in there every fucking hour, waking you up, doing this and that, and just bugging the hell out of you. So you don't sleep. Whoever the fuck says that you sleep in the hospital in labor after having a baby, it's a fucking lie. It's just a huge fucking lie. Because that shit's not real.
You don't sleep once you have a newborn or the week prior, like.
It's the worst shit ever. But they come in, they're checking things. I guess contractions are like working their way up. And all of a sudden, I have 2 nurses come in. And they're talking to each other, and I'm just laying in the bed. You know, just doing nothing. Just the all of a sudden, I feel something slide out of me. I also feel something wet come out. And I tell the nurses, like, hey, something just came out of me. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Correction. They had checked right before that, and they had saw fluid. They thought one of the balloons had busted. They weren't sure if it was my water or if it was the balloons. A few minutes later, they're talking, right? Say, hey, something fell out of me because I feel something come out of me. They don't hear me. I legit said, hey, for like 5 to 10 fucking minutes as they're talking, literally. Just one on one side of me, one on the other side. Just back and forth. Back and fucking forth. And I finally get their attention. I thought, oh my God, I just had the easiest labor, like my baby just fell out of me. I was so fucking wrong. So wrong. So excited for no good reason. The fucking balloons fell out. And both balloons were fully intact. No leaks at all. Which meant that the water that we had all saw was amniotic fluid. So apparently my son said, fuck them water balloons and fuck this water bag. You want me out so bad, here I come. About 3 a.m, the hospital calls my doctor. Now my doctor is a dick. Straight up motherfucking dick. The only reason he was my doctor was because the hospital we went to was a teaching hospital. In order for doctors to get to a certain level, they had to go through labor and delivery. Which, in my case, was the stupidest fucking idea. This man was an asshole. He had 6 kids. His 6th one was on the way when I first met him. This man looked my baby daddy in the face and told him, don't look when she's giving birth. I never do. It's the most disgusting thing ever. And, like, at that point, I wanted to switch doctors, but I couldn't. Because, you know, hospitals suck, and I'm a peasant in the hospital's eyes. Yay, them. But, so, they call the doctor. I start freaking out. I'm calling my mom. She's at work. I'm like, they're saying I'm going to push soon. My mom, oh my God. She's trying to call a replacement. I guess her replacement got drunk. So thank you, April, for that. So my mom couldn't get out of work. Meanwhile, I try calling my baby daddy, who is sound fucking asleep down the road from the hospital. I called this man over 150 times trying to wake his ass up. 150 times. It was on 151 where he finally woke up and was like, what's up? I said, hey, I'm in labor. We're about to start pushing. You're about to miss this. So he starts freaking out and we hang up the phone. After we hang up the phone, my doctor walks in and, again, straight up asshole, straight the fuck up asshole, says, you know, I was just about to go back to sleep when I got the call to come in. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry about your precious fucking sleep. My vagina's about to rip in fucking half. But, you know, God for fucking bid, your precious little fucking sleep. Such a sweet man. Such a sweet fucking man. Let me just say that. That was sweet. Right? Well, I start pushing. And I guess I was pushing wrong. So
push wrong?
Yeah, apparently you can push wrong. Because, yeah. Apparently I was pushing in my chest. I could have sworn I was pushing into my ass, but they told me I was pushing into my chest, and I was like, okay. Not sure how that works, but thank you very much. Appreciate that. So they turn off my fucking epidural. So I feel everything as I'm pushing. I pushed. I ended up playing tug of war with one of the nurses. Now, there were 2 nurses in there and 3 doctors. 3 of them. One of them was the on-call one. One of them was the teacher of my doctor. Everything fucking else. So they're there. And I swear the teacher, he reminded me of a fairy. Like Leslie Jordan type fairy. Like very much him on Will and Grace without the pretending to be masculine. Just straight up, that's what this doctor looked and sounded like. I didn't know how to fucking feel. I really thought Leslie Jordan was trying to help me have a baby. And at one point, I'm pushing my son's head is playing fucking peekaboo. So I would push, his head would start to come out, and then I would stop, and he would go right back in. Peekaboo effect. And this fairy doctor decides to tell me as this is going on that I needed to have a mirror so I could see what was going on. I looked that man in the face and told him to go fuck himself, because why the fuck would I want to look at my vagina being ripped open by a crotch goblin? Like, someone else might think that's cute and everything. I personally do not want to see my vagina just...
I watched my C-sections.
But see, that's a difference. That's a C-section. Do you really, like, want to see what you're... Do you want to see the cooch just pushing out a child?
I mean, I saw my insides.
I would rather see my insides.
Interesting story in there, man.
I would rather fucking see my insides.
Interesting story in there.
Oh, no, because I'd rather see my intestines. Do they really put your intestines on a table next to you? Sorry, sidetrack people.
The first one I had, I was asleep for that one. But the second two, no, they do move a couple things to the side and put it off to the side, but they don't take everything out like a fucking autopsy. Like, no.
No, they make it sound like they do.
They do ask you what kind of music you want played, because you're gone on the medicine. You're out of it, yo. I can't feel shit from my neck down. It's like a pressure.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely feel like a pressure, like someone's sitting on your chest.
Yeah.
But no one's sitting there. It's just open.
See, that sounds better. That sounds...
My next kid, I'll let you be in the room.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Dude, I told Brandon, straight up, real quick, sidetrack those. I told him because he was a almost 10-pound baby with a huge-ass head.
Fuck.
I told his ass, I'm like, I just want a C-section. I don't want to attempt to push that head out.
I've had 3 kids and I've had all C-sections. And the thought of pushing some, I heard it's easier, the recovery's easier, it's
Okay.
quicker, but nah.
I'm gonna get into the recovery real quick after this real quick. So, pushing my son out, right? His head's way too fucking big. For some reason, just his head's too big. That's why he keeps playing peekaboo. I start begging the doctor to cut me. This man, the fairy doctor, thought I was talking about a C-section. He said that I don't do that until 24 hours of you being in labor. I said, no, I want the one where you cut me from one hole to the other fucking hole. Because I just don't feel like doing this anymore. Just get it the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And he agrees to it. So I'm starting to push. All of a sudden, they see Maddie's head. And, like, it's full of hair. So everybody in the room goes, oh, look, he has hair. I straight the fuck up just yell, I don't give a flying fuck, get him the fuck out of me. Ironically, when I was born, my dad had told my mom, look, Nick, she has hair. And my mom said, I don't give a fuck, get her the fuck out of me. It's like a perfect circle moment. But they do that. Now, my son is out. Now, normally, when babies are born, they cry. My son does not. Because my son decided it was a good motherfucking idea to come out sleeping. Like, straight up fucking knock the fuck out.
Oh.
You ever heard of a baby being born sleeping? He was born sleeping. They legit had to, like, pedal his ass to get him to, like, make any sound. And then even after they paddled his ass, he cried for, like, maybe 5 minutes and then stopped. Nothing was wrong with him, you know, he looked like an alien. Very cute. I will never forget what my BM had told me in my ear after my son was born, and it scars me to the, like, this day. And he basically just told me, thank you, you gave me something that somebody else could never have given me, and if you knew, because that's not even fully what he said, but just for my sake and his sake, I'm not going to say that, but if you knew what he really said, it would, and you knew that whole story, it would concern you too. But anyways, Maddie's out. He's on my chest. My baby daddy leaves. My son was born at 5:50 in the morning. And BD leaves. My mom gets off of work. He goes over to the gas station. I'm left alone in the room, in the labor and delivery room, for over an hour with my son on my chest. And me and him just looking at each other. Like, straight up just looking at each other like, who are you? Am I supposed to take care of you? Because, like, you look weird. I asked my son why he wanted all spicy food. You know, I was, like, getting into it. I was like, why the fuck did you do this? Why did you do that? Why did you never let me record your little kicks? Like, what the fuck? All that cute shit. Eventually, my mom and BD end up showing up. Great, cool. Now, don't know why, but after having a baby, especially a vaginal delivery, I don't even know if this sounded good, but after having that, also having stitches, because they had to stitch me up afterwards, this is very fucking difficult to go to the bathroom. Really fucking difficult. I asked them so if I could get up to go to the bathroom. I sat on that toilet for like 20 minutes, got up, did not go to the bathroom. Got up, went back to the bed. All of a sudden, as I'm laying down, pissed. And I just started crying. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I was so upset, so devastated.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Felt so terrible. The nurse was a bitch, though. So she gave me a stink eye for it. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I can't help it. Eventually, they move us to the baby ward, though. And when they do, they decide to come in and tell me that my son, there's something wrong with my son. I'm very confused by it because I'm like, he was just born, like he's fine, he's acting normal. These dumb motherfuckers told me that he had a really high fever after he was born, okay? These motherfuckers put him in a long sleeve onesie top, right? Wrapped him in 3 blankets and then put him under a heat lamp and took his temperature underneath his armpit after that. So the temperature that they really got was from him being wrapped up and bundled and everything else, but they swore up and down there was something wrong with him. Now, they took him to go do blood tests and everything else, and they bring him back and they're like, oh, he has an infection. Oh, what kind of infection does he have? Oh, we don't know. He just has an infection. Okay, that's not suspicious at all that you can't tell me what infection, but you're telling me he has an infection and you guys are also telling me he needs antibiotics. So they give him the antibiotics because I agreed to it. I did not realize the antibiotics they were giving him were antibiotics that you would give to a grown adult. for like some serious fucking infections. Did not understand it, but I digress that I had the best fucking nurse there. She was so sweet. She had to have been like 22, 23. Sweetest girl ever. She helped me take care of my son as best she could. Now, well, I think like this was like a few hours after my son was born. I finally get up and I'm like, all right, I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, so when you have a vaginal delivery, right, and you have stitches, even if you don't have stitches, majority of the time you're gonna have all the same things that I did. They give you these mesh underwear. They're very stylish.
Great.
In all honesty, I would just get some fucking Depends. It would just be a lot fucking easier. Just get some fucking Depends.
Put in the freezer.
Oh, I swear. Shut up. Because the pads that they give you are like paper. It's literally like paper. And it does not matter if you had a C-section or a vaginal delivery. You're going to bleed from your vagina. A lot. And
Do they push on your stomach after you give birth?
yeah.
Okay, because they do the C-sections. I swear it makes me really kill myself.
No, they did because Maddie favored my left side more than anything, so it hurt the most on my left side. Also, for some odd reason, I did not shit until like 3 weeks after I gave birth.
That's valid. That's everybody, G.
Dude, they tried giving me laxatives and everything. That shit wasn't working. It took 3 weeks to shit.
It was awful.
It was like giving birth all over fucking again. I tell everybody, if you ever want to really know what it's like to give birth,
Post-birth shit.
if you guys really want to know what it's like giving birth, be constipated for about a week to 2 weeks. Then I want you to sit on that toilet and have to push that shit out. You get no medication. You get nothing. You just got to keep pushing.
I be telling these dudes, I said, shut the fuck up.
Oh, God. No, because, like, in all honesty, that shit was terrible, right?
Man.
But
Wouldn't trade for nothing.
what a trade for nothing. But after you have a child, they give you this spray. They tell you to spray it down yonder to help with, like, the one they gave me wasn't bad. I'm not going to lie. It was not bad. They also give you this beautiful squirt bottle where, because you can't wipe after a vaginal delivery, especially when you have stitches, you have to spray. And then you dab. You dab around. That's what they told me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you have the ice packs too, which the hospital ice packs, especially on your cooter, bomb. Holy shit, does it make a difference. But
yeah, like 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Real quick. Then. I'm not gonna lie, your vagina definitely fucking hurts. Like, it throbs and, like, kills after giving birth. So, like, bumps and everything. But yeah. We were in the hospital for about 5 days. He did great. I got attitude from doctors and staff there because I told them that I was taking my child to Children's Hospital for a pediatrician and I wasn't going to stick with theirs. And they looked at me like I was crazy because I used to live in Rockford and going all the way down to Children's is like going all the way to Chicago. And they're like, even for a cold, you're going to drive all that way? That makes no sense. I give no fucks. Straight up. I do everything and anything for my kid. I will drive any distance. I will spend any type of money. I will do whatever it takes. I went through fucking abuse during my pregnancy and after I had my son. I would relive everything to make sure my kid is okay. So, never fight a parent on that shit. Obviously, my son was born at 41 weeks, exactly to the day. He's happy. He's healthy. He was a 7-pounder. I thought he was going to be a lot bigger. He wasn't. But I would go through birth all over again. But next baby, because this baby's supposed to be huge, C-section. Just someone fucking cut me because I've already went through the natural childbirth. I'm done. I'm over it. Just cut me next one. I'm not trying to give birth to just George Lopez's head.
The worst part of the C-section is probably walking down the hallway to the operating room, so they just walk.
Do they?
Yeah, like savages. Like I don't know if it's to loosen the blood flow in the spine so they can get it accurate. Because you have to bend over a table, and they put the spine and they put the needle into your back.
But that's what they did for the epidural too.
Yeah, so they make you walk, and then you have to lay on this cold ass table.
Yeah, looking like you're about to just like
No, for
take
real.
me.
Like some kind of music will stress really. Really. Anyways,
But
you need to mention the radio station and just to keep.
yes, ma'am, I will. That's what actually I was about to get into. But that's the end of our episode. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I think next week's episode definitely a lot of curveballs, a lot of bullshit. Also, it's the 1 year anniversary of my house burning down. Yay! But before I sign off, don't forget to check out FLUENTRadio.com. Studio 817. Is it? No, sorry. 517. I'm stupid. I thought it said 815 at one point. It didn't. I'm slow.
Got it.
I'm a natural blonde. But definitely check out Fluent Radio. Check out WFLU-DB, Crestwood, Fluent Radio. Also, check out Gesture King Entertainment. Tony's my dude. Tony over there.
I'm not asleep. I'm hurting.
Tony over there hurting right now. You guys can't see him because he's behind the camera, but Tony's waving with his foot, so Tony says hi. Definitely check out them all out. You guys can check out FluentRadio.com. You guys can check out Jester King Entertainment. Got Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to check out my girl Shy's podcast, Let's Be Blunt. You can follow her on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter too. Also definitely check me out on Instagram for 20_up_in_smoke. Check me out on check out my personal Instagram, Little Hippie Mommy with an I, not a Y. Check out my TikTok, 420_up_in_smoke. Also check out my Snapchat, Little Hippie Mommy with an I, not a Y. Also check out the YouTube channel if you guys aren't already watching, 420 Up in Smoke. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. I think next week's episode, we're going over the fucking house. Like, because there's a lot of shit to talk about, plus it'll be a year next Sunday. So stay tuned to that shit. But until then, I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye!
Damn.
He said, damn.
Why is that so loud?
Take a woman over here.
Got Tony over here looking like he just woke up, like, what the fuck happened?
This shit was loud. I'm like, damn, that's a lot excessive, ain't it?
Nah.
It could be worse.
You might have burnt down. It's not excessive.
Ah, my fucking knee.
Bye, Facebook.
My Facebook.
Getting out of the couch is the second struggle today.
It's always a struggle, I swear.